Lana Beach Part Dia. I love it. Click to expand. I don't know how big this thing will get. Mute. Mute. Scratch. Share. To the public. Likey. Ah, wait, gosh, got it.
Gosh dang it.
I love it. Hey, Linda beat me to it. Hi, Linda. Hello, room. And I'm clicking over to the, yes, share. We be live.
What am I looking for? Oh, I know what I'm looking for.
Scroll, 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 scroll. And a peach.
That is very weird. Find.
Yeah. That deluxe you Peckerwood. And posted.
And I'm still trying to.
Tubes of you is being, oh, no, there's Livid. There is Livid, muted, muted. Hello, friends. All right.
And I still.
We are a go for the Muzaka.
I'm running slow.
After saving January, a pub with no beer. I'm not going. All right, Linda. I got rum. No beer, rum. Good for you. A mint, what is it? A mojito minus the mint. That's it. Howdy. Linda said hello.
Hi. Hi. I was wanting to do
Linda
that.
said hello.
The TikTok videos.
Oh,
you know those TikTok videos?
No.
Did you hit TikTok? I mean, did you hit? Did you hit Twitter?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh god, that was funny. What can I say? Hey, when I get tired, I get stupid. You know. You don't do that? You don't get stupid when you get tired? Because I do.
No, I'm pretty much that way all the time.
Well, I'm that way all the time too, kind of, sort of, but today I'm extra stupid. Okay, I got all that. And I'm almost done. Hang on, I'm going to start the music as soon as I can get that
That's
open.
what you say.
Here it comes, the music. I
don't need a breathing heart. I just want to hear tunes. I never tell. Linda, Sarah, hi guys.
If only I could type.
I can't type. I have these two instruments of typing, and that's it. You use all of them.
I can't imagine doing that. I mean, seriously, I can't imagine doing that. I've never, because I've always, you know, that's what I've always.
Well, see, and things how I don't know where everything is. I have to spell it out and look at it as I type it. And then I look up and go, damn it, I didn't click in the box. This whole paragraph is Nothing.
So how's everybody doing today?
Good evening, friends. We got bodies everywhere.
Do we?
We got Belinda and Sarah over in the Tubes of You. And we got Miss Linda over in the Books of Faces. Feel free to like and share, guys.
Yes,
profusely.
yes.
Try and move us up the babbling on the weekends food chain, I guess. I don't know. Moves us up the list. I think the more we get, the more.
And if you're on Twitter, pound sign, pound that peach. And we do mean pound us. Okay, pound us.
Lots of it, pounds of gold, silver. I'm easy to get along with.
Oh, that works too. But you can pound us with the shares. Pound it.
Pound that peach.
Yeah.
Oh, you poor thing. So, how has your week been?
Kind of. I mean, not bad. Not horrible. Working and trying to, live day to day. I think I went to the grocery store about 3 times this week. Had a mask on.
That's the beats the hell. Whoops, lost my ear there. That's better than the alternative. Trust me.
Well, it was
around
just
the corner. Did just that.
When I go, I have to try to kind of plan it out because I don't wear a mask. So I don't want to go like right in the
bathrooms down and to the left.
Well, I don't want to go to the grocery store. I try to go before. I try to go before it gets really busy.
Right.
That way you get less. Looks like you're not wearing a mask. Where's your mask?
I haven't been. I don't have that problem.
Must be the town. I mean, I don't get a lot of looks, but I've caught a couple. It wasn't like anybody getting in my face or anything like that. It was just like you could see someone do a double take. You know what I mean? Or kind of as they're looking at you, you see that kind of nasty look. No one said anything to me.
Oh, okay. I don't even get the nasty look. Of course, I'm pretty much smiling all the time anyway. So I'm, it's hard for people to give you grief when you're already smiling at them. They just automatically kind of smile back, Well,
you know what's really funny?
Me?
Before all this mask crap, I used to kind of like go in. I mean, I still go in and I grab my stuff. I know where everything that I need is. I don't like go up and down every aisle.
You grab your stuff while you're in? Oh my gosh. and they haven't gotten you arrested or thrown out?
No. But I mean, I'm quick. I try to not.
Oh, you just grab it real quick. You don't want people to see.
I try not to spend a whole lot of time in there because I know that I'm not wearing a mask, and I don't want to cause people grief. But I've noticed the past month that when I go in, I seem to be more, hi, I'm sorry, excuse me, because you almost run into somebody with your buggy or something like that. We're used to, I would just kind of like, because I didn't want to draw attention to myself. But it seems like, I mean, even talking to the people that work there, it's funny because I seem to be a little more out as opposed to being kind of, don't look at me, I mean,
no, I'm confused. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? I mean, do you wear bright purple and orange?
I'm an introvert.
Colors?
I don't like to be the center of attention. I like to take care of my business and get out of there.
Get the paperwork done and go. I see.
Right. I don't like crowded places. I don't like to Even parties, like my neighbor across the street, they're always throwing like Halloween parties and whatnot.
Right.
I'm the one that kind of sits in the back and watches everybody else.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one. I mean, if someone wants to have a conversation with me, then I'm not gonna blow them off. I would love it if somebody would sit down and have a conversation with me because I wouldn't feel as
It's
stupid.
$20, same as downtown, right?
But I'm not the one that's going to be in the middle of the room making all the noise and singing and dancing and everybody's going to be looking at you. I'm the one
you're more of the wallflower type
Yes.
than the center of attention.
I've always been that way. I just don't feel comfortable being the center of attention.
See, me, I'm quiet and shy and introverted. People don't even know I'm in the room when I'm in the room. But that's
me. Yeah. I mean, even back when I used to go out, like back in the 80s, we had this one bar that everybody went to, and it was like there were 3 bars in Atlanta that anybody that was in the rock scene, they started at one of the bars, and then they would work their way, because that one closed first, so they would work their way to the other 2 throughout the night. And I was the one that the bartender automatically, when I walked through the door, brought me a pitcher and a glass of Coke, because I was not the drinker. I'm still not the drinker.
Wow, in the 80s, how much did that pitcher of Coke cost? It was really pure back then. It wasn't
I didn't say that now. Trust me, I have been to a Mount Fuji party. Yeah. First time ever that I saw a mound like this sitting on a coffee table. I was like, whoa.
No, blow.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Back then, and that was, the movie Blow. You know the part where the guy hits the line and all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, I can't feel my face." That's how it hit you back then.
Ooh.
Now if you were to do a line, you would be, "Oh, my face is on fire!" I mean, seriously, not promoting drugs, people, especially in this day and time, but back in the 80s, drugs were totally different than they are now. Now they're so cut and everything else that literally you don't know what you're snorting up your nose. And the last time that I did any, which was probably about 15 years ago, I swear I thought my face was literally on fire. It hurt. It was so painful.
You mean you're not supposed to scrape that white powder off the top of the battery in your car and snort it? That's not what you're supposed to do?
I honestly wouldn't doubt that was what it was. I mean, seriously. I mean, and I wasn't a habitual user, but I did partake in the 80s and throughout probably part of the 90s and stuff. But, I was never like an addict or anything like that. So don't.
Well, see, I'm not exactly a choir boy or an altar boy, but I have no knowledge of those kind of activities.
I like what you like. I mean,
true.
Not your main. Well, yeah, it is kind of your main thing, but yeah. and it's really funny because here's my bad parent moment: is my oldest son actually is the one that got me tripping.
Indoctrinated? Introduced to?
I've never been really a pot person.
Okay.
But he actually kind of, he talked me into doing a little hit here and there.
Hey, vapes are quite good for you.
Not vapes. That stuff, exactly. You can get it in 2 ways. You can get it grown out of the ground, and cows usually shit and it grows. And the other, a chemist has to make it.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Either grows or is on paper.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, I that was actually one of the only ways that I could come out of my shell. And even then, I still didn't really come out.
Right.
You know?
Well, yeah. I mean, you should stay in the closet as long as you can. It's probably easier on the family that way.
I mean, that's what I'm saying though, is I even as a drinker, I'm more of the closet person. I like to sit back and observe. I like to,
Yeah, I don't like having a drink or two. Now, mind you, I'm having a imitation mojito this evening. It's
I'll stick to my
supposed
coffee.
to be mint and lime and rum and club soda.
Betsy Ross
simple
coffee.
syrup.
American Pride roasters.
Yeah.
Not that they
except I don't
support
do the
us.
mint. So mine's more like a lime hito. Should I do our
Yeah.
routine?
We've already spent enough time talking about our inhibitions.
Inhibition is weak.
Yeah.
Good evening, my fellow. Ain't you a peachers? Happy, slightly soggy Saturday. It's the 72nd day with 900, with 293 still to go in 2021. Today is National Good Samaritan Day, that recognizes the unselfish actions of those who provide help when needed. And the day is also known as Good Samaritan Involvement Day and celebrates kindness in all of its forms. The term Good Samaritan comes from the Bible parable where a Samaritan helped a stranger who had been robbed and beaten and left to die by the side of the road. The Samaritan not only cleaned the man's wounds and clothed him, but took him to an inn where he paid for the man's care. The term is used today to describe those who perform acts of kindness for those in need. My bank account's missing lots of zeros. Anybody want to donate? Especially those who are strangers. You don't get any stranger than me. The day offers many opportunities to celebrate and participate. Some examples: make an effort to help someone who is struggling or having problems. Shoot them in the head so they don't do it themselves. Share a story about someone who is a good Samaritan in your life. The act of Good Samaritan can be large or small, multiple zeros, if you please, on the left side of the decimal point. Something as simple as a phone call, as inconvenient as stopping to help change a tire. All acts of a Good Samaritan. Make a commitment to develop a habit of kindness and awareness for others. Volunteer. Offer your valuable skills off your knees to others in times of need. Do you enjoy sports or have mad math skills? Your ability to mentor youth may change someone's life for the better. It's also National Jewel Day. Shine like me a jewel for all to see. Recognizes the makers, the jewelers, and the special pieces that take our breath away. Each year, the day reminds us to wear those pieces and to appreciate the artisans who make them shine. And jewelers offer a wide variety of gemstones. They provide their customers with custom designs and often help craft one-of-a-kind pieces. Selecting from precious and semi-precious stones, it takes time. Most jewelers collaborate with artisans who work with clients to bring their vision to life. They also repair and clean heirloom pieces as well. Birthstones by month: January is a garnet. February is amethyst. March is aquamarine. April is diamond. May, the emerald.
The diamond.
June, yeah. Well, you've been married, yeah. June is the pearl. Or July is the ruby.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that we have to be married to have diamonds?
No, but they are a girl's best friend, according to Bears. If you ask the Bears, diamonds are a girl's best friend.
I just want the diamond. I don't want anything else. Just the diamond.
August is a peridot, which is really pretty green stone. September is a sapphire. October is opal, and opal is very, very delicate stone. November is yellow, a topaz, or citrine. In December that be me, is tanzanite, not to be confused with that tanzanite that they put in the targets to blow them up, zircon, and a blue topaz. And here, Miss Mississippi has a day. It's a National K9 Veterans Day, and that's dedicated to K9 units who served since World War II. A lot of things changed after the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941. We rationed oil, leather, and rubber. The military drafted
that's why there were so many kids born, rationing the rubber.
That's it. Women rolled up their sleeves, built war supplies, and dogs were called to duty. During the First World War, the United States took notice of the European use of canines as sentries, message carriers, and several other functions. A private citizen, Mrs. Arlene Erlanger, initiated a program called Dogs for Defense. Along with the American Kennel Club and a handful of breeders, the group aimed to train the dogs for military use. By November of 1942, the military prepared the first Dogs for Defense in North Africa. While at first they were gun-shy, they proved to be well trained. As the war progressed, Dogs for Defense was unable to keep up with the demand, and the remount, sounds painful, Branch Service Installations Division took over the training of the dogs. Over the years, the military, police, and a rescue have developed a variety of training methods for K9 units. Their training is tailored to meet the demands of the job, and each animal and handler carries out his or her duties to the fullest. It is also National Open an Umbrella Indoors Day, and it's a national science experiment of sorts. Open an umbrella indoors and pay attention to whether or not you suffer any bad luck. One often wonders how superstitions pass from one generation to the next. Well, one such old superstition says that opening an umbrella indoors will bring you bad luck. The day encourages you to test the superstition and note if any bad luck does come your way. While you're at it, document the kinds of bad luck. Perhaps it isn't bad luck, it just may be happenstance, things that would have happened whether you had opened an umbrella or not. While umbrellas have been around for over 3,000 years, the origin of the superstition is strangely obscure. There is some suggestion that ancient Egyptians thought it offended the gods to open an umbrella where there was already shade. However, the more modern version of the superstition suggests that bad things happen as a result of poor timing or inconvenience. It's also National Coconut Torte Day. Now, me, I like macaroons, and not really other than that, coconuts. Yeah. And that recognizes a rich dessert featuring the decadent flavor of coconut and decorated with it too. And coconut lovers may enjoy this holiday, savoring the delicious taste of this rich dessert. The word torte is German and literally means cake. Torte refers to both a multi-layered cake filled with buttercream, jam, or cream, and to a rich, moist, dense single-layer cake. A torte may be made with little to no flour, but instead with ground nuts or breadcrumbs, as well as sugar, eggs, and flavorings. Did you know that a coconut tree can grow to be as tall as 90 feet? That's pretty tall. And coconuts were available in the United States in the early 1700s, even though the palm was not indigenous to the continental U.S. There are many recipes using coconut, including cakes, cookies, and tortes from the era, so it was certainly a popular ingredient then as it is today. Coconut is rich in fiber, vitamin B6, iron, and minerals like magnesium and manganese, phosphorus, selenium, and zinc. The oil from coconut moisturizes our skin and also helps keep our skin clear and hair silky too. It's National Earmuff Day. Not that we need them. It's like 70, you said today, right? That recognizes the creation of the protection that keeps our ears warm. 15-year-old Chester Greenwood came up with an idea to keep his large protruding ears warm. Partnering with his grandmother, who sewed a tufts of fur between the loops of wire, Chester soon had a working model. In 1877, he was awarded a patent for his new creation. It was one of many he would earn, and Greenwood was a prolific inventor. But the invention he is most known for are the earmuffs. For almost 60 years, Greenwood manufactured these ear protectors, which provided jobs for the people in Farmington, Maine area.
Huh.
And Farmington, Maine is now the ear muff capital of the world. I have a question, my dear. If Apple built a house, would it have windows? That, my dear, concludes your daily hello. Everybody can wake up now. It's time to come back and listen.
The way that I feel about Gates, hopefully he'll be inside it when it burns down.
There you go. I told you the daily hello today was a long one.
So
there was a lot today's.
I looked up when coconuts were actually brought here. It was 1898, and they're saying that mainly they came from the Philippines, and it was during the Spanish-American War.
Oh, wowzer!
Yeah.
I always did like that song. Put the lime in the coconut, mix it all up.
Well, you never think about it. I mean, you see them in California and you see them in Florida. I mean, I had coconut trees in my front yard when I was down in Florida. But you don't think about, because you just relate them to being near the beach, So you don't think about the fact that they weren't here.
True.
They weren't originally here.
No.
So, I mean, it's interesting.
Very, very true. There's a lot of things that were brought in to the States that weren't normally here.
So, as we promised everyone, we're going to continue our things that are outlawed, banned, whatever. And instead of starting with like state laws, this time we're going to kind of flip it around a little bit. So I'm going to give y'all 50 famous things that are banned here in the U.S. So the 50th one, or the first one, whichever way you want to look at it, is beluga caviar.
Number 50 is...
Well, beluga caviar, and I understand why it is, because, I mean, they were being so, the people were and the words escaping my head, but they were like, beluga whales were being killed left and right just to get the caviar.
Okay, now I'm confused.
What?
It's a whale. Whales are mammals.
Right.
Well, the only mammal I know that lays eggs traditionally is a duck-billed platypus.
Well, that was what was so different about this. Because it's a mammal. It's okay. It's considered the beluga sturgeon.
Oh, okay, sturgeon. Okay.
Right.
So it's not the beluga whale, it's sturgeon. Okay,
right.
That makes more sense.
So the United States Fish and Wildlife Service had banned importing it from countries like in the Caspian Sea region that export it because they didn't comply with the safeguards for the fish. So during the extraction, they were doing harm, killing, and other things.
Mining, and they were fishing with hand grenades instead of using nets, per se.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's one of the most expensive caviars that there are ever in the world. That's
true.
So, and this
Russia
is really...
is the main importer, are they not, or exporter thereof?
Yeah, well, I don't think we export it, but it's not allowed to be
Russia.
imported in either. I don't think you can
Yeah,
get
but
it in the U.S.
isn't that one of Russia's major exports is beluga caviar?
Yeah, I don't know if you can actually get it in the U.S. anymore at all.
Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, according to this, it's banned completely. Okay, so I don't know if any of you ever had any of these. I know they were really big back in the day, brass knuckles. And it's really funny that it says that they're banned because I have some that I got at the gun show. They're kind of like knuckles, but they have two spikes sticking up on them. It looks like two eyes and two spikes. So they're not like, your typical with the 4-knuckle brass knuckles, but apparently brass knuckles are banned.
Well, so are switchblades unless you have a CCDW.
Well, that was next. That was coming. Nunchucks are next. So you can't. I didn't know nunchucks were you see them all the time, like in karate studios. I had no idea that they were actually banned. Switchblades, butterfly knives. And I didn't know that switchblades were banned until Sean was talking about it. It was last weekend or something. Somehow it got brought up.
Right.
He was talking about it. Okay, so then we got bushmeat. Now, I've never heard of bushmeat. Have you? Do you know what bushmeat is?
Bushmeat, isn't that the monitor lizard meat?
Okay, what they say here is it's a long staple of indigenous people. Bushmeat's the name given to animals caught and killed for food in the African wilderness. It can include anything from bats to monkeys to lions. Its import has been banned in the United States because of environmental concerns, but mostly because of the risk of spreading serious infectious diseases like Ebola.
Hell yeah,
Ebola.
You don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, so they say despite its legal status, it contains it's a coveted delicacy for some African-born Americans and frequently smuggled into the United States. It can cost as much as $100 for 6 or 7 pounds. $100 for 6 or 7 pounds. I mean, that's
$100 for 6 or 7.
$100 for 6 or 7 pounds.
Oh, pounds. Okay.
Pounds. Okay, next on the list is shark fin soup.
Ooh, we've all had that. That's a Chinese delicacy.
Yeah. The gruesome
it's just like
practice.
Oxtail soup, except you use a shark fin.
Well, that's the thing is, it's like, okay, unlike if you go out and you kill a deer and you skin it and you take all the parts of the body and you use it for,
right,
ground beef or, I'm saying beef, but you know what I mean, or a roast or, something. Each part of the body can be used, and the skin, everything can be used, where they're literally taking sharks and just like cutting off that fin and then tossing them back into the water, and they can't function without the fin. I mean, that
they generally
to me
turn into food for something a little larger.
Right. Pretty much. I mean, it's just it's inhumane, So I'm kind of glad that. I mean, I'm not saying that I want to be in the water with a shark, but the sharks have their place in our ecosystem, and
true.
Everything has a place. Bump stocks, which we all know, we'll pass that. Cuban cigars, and that one.
That's just because they come from Cuba.
Yeah, I think that has nothing to do with that they're bad for you or anything else. It just has
and if
to
you've
do
ever
with
had
the Cold
one, they're
War.
very expensive and they taste really crappy.
Yeah, I've never
bought Cuban cigars when I was in Europe before.
I'm not a cigar smoker. I don't even like the smell of them.
Well, makes 3 of us.
I love you, Jen. It's just me. It's just my preference. Y'all can smoke. I'm not going to judge you, but me, myself. Okay, next is Japanese puffer fish.
Ooh, those will kill you if you're not done right.
Well, yeah, it can. If you don't cook them right, it can kill.
Well, they eat it as sushi, the blowfish, yeah.
So the FDA, because they say that they have tetrodotoxin and saxitoxin, and
yes, they can kill you.
Well, apparently that's more deadly than cyanide. And it can't, and cooking it, a lot of things you can cook and cook the stuff out.
Yeah,
those 2 things cannot be cooked out. And freezing them doesn't get rid of it either. So, yeah, you're basically at high risk if you eat it. There's a chance that it wasn't cooked appropriately or whatever. Oh, wow, they've already, and then this is really funny because, okay, when did they ban Dr. Seuss? Believe it or not,
last week-ish.
Pre-1985 children's books, Dr. Seuss, banned in the United States. Is that not terrible? Redfish. Now, I don't understand this one. What is
redfish, bluefish, greenfish, yellow.
1989 redfish populations. Oh, okay, because they were being depleted. So they placed restriction on fishing them, according to the Washington Post. Let's see. Also known as channel drum and red drum. They've been, they eat a lot of it in New Orleans and down in the Gulf.
I've heard of drum before.
Well, it's like a nickname for the redfish. So basically they banned it. George Bush declared red drum a protected game fish, making it illegal to sell or consume it. So basically you can catch it, but you have to throw it back.
Let it go or you're going to jail.
Right. So, and I understand that. When something is going, when people are overdoing it, I totally get that. Did you know that it's illegal to disfigure money?
To do what?
Disfigure money, like tearing it up or, burning it.
Government checks, that's what I always say, do not fold, spindle, or mutilate.
Well, I'm talking about cash, like dollar bills, dollars, 50s, 100s.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that.
You didn't.
Color photocopying money is illegal. We already knew that. I mean, come on, seriously.
It's because the IRS doesn't like you doing what they do.
Yeah, I know, right? Spanish ham. Have you heard of Spanish ham?
What about spam?
No, not spam. Spam. Spanish.
Same thing I went through my head. Spam.
Spanish ham. Spanish pork.
Okay, you can't pork a Spaniard? What? I don't understand.
Well, apparently this country's ham is almost as legendary as Cuban cigars. And just like puffing
it's rolled on the thighs of young virgins?
Well, it says just like puffing on a Cuban, it's illegal to buy, sell, or import any Spanish ham in America without a proper license.
Yeah, I won't be puffing on any Cubans, I can assure you.
Well, it has something to do with the FDA standards.
Okay.
It apparently, I guess the spreading of swine flu or swine fever is what it says. So it lifted the pork. It lifted the ban in 2011, but it remains illegal to bring it through customs. Unless there's an FDA thing on it.
You can have it as long as the FDA says you can. Okay. Nice to know the government will let us have something that they banned.
So I think everybody knows this one. Mailbox vandalism is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they are.
That's owned by the federal
Property
government.
of
Even
the
though you buy
US
it and put it up, it's
Postal
owned by
Service.
them. It's their property. Kinder. You know those little Kinder eggs? The little chocolate Kinder egg?
I'll say yes for the sake of argument.
Okay, well, let's see. It comes out of England and Europe. But however,
it comes out of your where? No,
huh?
I don't want anything that has to do with coming out of somebody's. No, I'll pass. I don't care what kind of chocolate you call it.
Well, U.S. law dating back to 1930 bans any candy with inedible components inside because of choking hazards. So that was why they were banned, because they have a toy inside the egg. It's a chocolate egg, and then there's a toy inside.
And they're afraid that you'll pass the toy, or what?
They're afraid that you could choke on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Cyclamate is an artificial sweetener. 10 times sweeter than sugar. It was banned in 1969. It has to do with cancer and mutated sperm.
Oh, the COVID vaccine. Okay.
Yeah. Non-irradiated mangosteen. I don't even know what a mangosteen is. It looks like something I would not want to eat because it's very ugly. It's from Thailand.
Will penicillin cure it?
Mangosteen. It's a purple fruit and it looks very ugly. But it's from Thailand and it's been banned in the United States because it's prone to infestation by invasive Asian fruit flies.
It has its own flies. Okay.
Okay. Undocumented Chilean sea bass.
Oh, okay. So as long as they get their papers stamped, we can have Chilean sea bass swim up here. But if they don't get their papers stamped, verboten.
What it says.
Okay.
Foie grass. This is made by force feeding corn to ducks and geese until their livers become enlarged and saturated with.
Foie gras.
Yeah, is that how you say it? Okay. And
pâté de foie gras.
You eat the livers.
Right. They're fatty livers, and they grind it all up, and you have it on crackers.
Well, it is banned. Haggis. The savory pudding in the UK, made from sheep heart.
Haggis. Haggis, yeah.
Okay. Heart, lungs,
Wait till you
liver.
read the ingredients on that. Pass.
It's minced with oatmeal, onions, and spices. It's a delicacy of Scotland. It's been banned since 1971. Kasu Marzu cheese.
Gesundheit.
It's letting heated sheep milk curdle for 3 weeks. It draws flies that lay eggs within it. And then the eggs hatch into maggots, which eat the rotting milk and excrete a substance that gives the rich flavor and soft texture. Oh my God, do people really eat this?
Excrete. In other words, they shit out something that somebody else is eating.
I just can't believe people eat this crap.
Literally on that one.
Ortolan. Ortolan. It's a tiny songbird from France. It's no bigger than a human thumb. They're highly prized for the rich, subtle hazelnut flavor. Now, eating them was once reserved only for royalty. The practice of eating them has been banned in the United States since 1999, largely because of the torture involved behind the scenes. They're blinded or kept in the darkness for weeks on end, which makes them gorge on fruit and grain until they're fat enough to be thrown, still alive, into Armagnac brandy, which both drowns and marinates them before they are roasted. That's horrible.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can see why all that stuff is banned.
That is just horrible. Okay, this is the last one I'm going to do. May have to save it. We have to do a part 4 or part 3. Alcoholic energy drinks, which I didn't. When did we have alcoholic energy drinks?
Monster with a kick.
No, this is 4 FOUR Loco. I've never even seen this energy drink. 4 Loco. It no longer contains caffeine. No alcohol-based energy drink can have stimulants. So they basically took out the caffeine, and now it's just a drink with alcohol in it. So you can't mix the two. Okay, don't people do the Red Bull? You know, they.
Is it what it Red Bull and Jaeger?
Is that what it is?
I think. I don't know.
Because I know people would drink those at the bars. So you can't buy these, but you can buy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, on to your next one because, I think I took up a lot of the time today.
Yeah, that's all right. Not a problem. I have on my first one 22 silly ass laws. And we will start with number 22 and work our way up. Let's see. Bingo games cannot last more than 5 hours in North Carolina. Okay. In Quitman, Georgia, chickens are not allowed to cross the road.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
In Quitman, Georgia, he can't. It's illegal.
Well, I know it's illegal. That's why they crossed the road, because they were told they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I believe that.
We're stubborn here in Georgia.
I can believe that too. In Arizona, if you cut down a cactus, you could be sentenced to 25 years in prison. Yeah, that's for the Saguaro cactus. That's the ones that have the little fingers that grow up, you know. Those things are cool. They are ancient. Yeah, I can see that's a good one. Let's see. Policemen are allowed to bite a dog if they think it will calm it down. And that is in Ohio.
What?
Holding, to be precise.
Wait. Policemen can bite a dog.
The dog. If they think it'll calm it down. Didn't you see the movie 8 Below or 20 Below, whatever it is? The guy has a dog sled team and the dogs are giving him grief and he goes up and bites the one on the ear and shows that dog that he's the boss. And ever since then they got along.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard that that dogs do that to their puppies. You know, they'll bite them on the ears to.
Right. So if you bite the dog on the ear.
Thought of a human doing that to a dog.
Well, here's one. This is number 18. It is illegal to sell your eyeballs in Texas.
What? Okay, why would you want to sell your eyeballs until you're dead? And don't eyeballs also? Well, you're not really technically
away
selling
pretty quick. Yeah.
So you can give them away.
Just pop one out and sell it. Hey, Mac, how much you give me for an eye?
So you can give them away as on the donation registry, but you can't you can't sell them.
Yeah, you can't just, go out on the street corner in Texas and sell your eyeballs.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. In North Carolina, it's against the law to sing off key.
What?
No? Yeah, it's against the law to sing off key in North Carolina. So I can't visit that state. I couldn't carry a tune in a 55-gallon lead bucket if it had wheels and an arrow going this way forward.
So let me guess, they probably don't have a lot of karaoke there.
I'm gonna guess not. If so, there's a whole bunch of people in jail.
Yeah, exactly.
In Rhode Island, you may not sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday. So if you happen to get laid on Saturday night and you hit the drugstore in the morning so you can get a toothbrush and toothpaste, you're SOL. You're going to only get one or the other.
Why? Does it say why? I mean,
nope.
Toothbrush and toothpaste
I have no explanation. I just
toothbrush and toothpaste go together. I mean, even like hotels, or hospitals. Hospitals give you that packet and it has your toothbrush and your toothpaste.
Right.
I just would love to know the logic behind that.
Here's a better one. In Utah, marriage between cousins is against the law only if they are younger than 65 years old.
So if you're 65 or older, you can marry your cousin.
Yeah. The meatball used to be here. Minneapolis. Red cars may not drive down Lake Street. Yeah, okay.
So if you have a red car, you got to park it at the end and walk like the rest of the way. I
don't know.
What the hell is wrong with people?
Here's another one in, let's see, MN. New Hampshire? No, that'd be NH. All right, New Mexico. It is forbidden for a female to appear unshaven in public.
Unshaven, like legs, underarms, face?
Well, appear. So I'm guessing that if you're not using Nair, you ain't dropping the bikini, as it sounds like it's illegal unless you've used Nair.
Okay.
Let's go to page 2 and see what they say. Ding, 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 ding. In Alabama,
Rusty,
bear wrestling matches are prohibited. Now, do they mean like bar, like brown, black, grizzly, or do they mean naked? It's spelled BEAR, so they probably mean critter, 4-footed.
Rusty leg nuts. We need to know.
Exactly. He would know. In Wyoming, here you go, Tech Crew. You may not take a picture of a rabbit from January to April without an official permit. You have to get your paparazzi permit to do it from January to April. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
Like a little furry bunny rabbit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Washington State, you cannot buy meat of any kind on a Sunday. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people from San Francisco that don't like that one.
Does that include, like, if I went to San Francisco and wanted to buy a piece of meat for $20, same as downtown?
Downtown? As long as you're in Washington, you can't do it on a Sunday.
Interesting.
No sausage for sale.
So you better go to the grocery store on one other day and then buy your meat and take it home.
At least. Here you go, Indiana Mike. It is illegal to attend a public event or use public transport within 4 hours of eating onions or garlic.
What? That's discriminatory. I can't help it. I have garlic or onion breath.
Hey, well, don't take public transportation.
I don't, but what if I had some Jaeger bombs and some liver with onions or something, onion rings?
True. Well,
I'd be screwed.
I now know why everybody in San Antonio, Texas is so Highly strung. Why they come up with some of the strangest crap that goes on in Texas is always San Antone that bucks the system. Here's why. In San Antone, flirting is against the law.
Okay, we need Sam now for this. We're gonna have to ask Sam about this.
There you go. In Idaho, it is illegal for a man to give his fiancée a box of candy that weighs more than 50 pounds or 22.5 kilos. I think you would be giving her a case of diabetes. Here's a 50-pound box of chocolates, honey. Holy shit.
Huh.
Well, I guess you probably would. As long as it wasn't, 50 pounds of X-Lax. Ooh, then you would be a holy shit.
I just don't get
it. In Washington State, a motorist with criminal intentions must stop at the city limits and telephone the chief of police. He's entering the town.
Wait a minute. Repeat that.
Is the chief in? Yes, please. Chief? Yeah, this is Bubba. Hey, Bubba, I'm here to rob your town.
What the hell is wrong with these people?
Lack of good drugs or good drugs. Who knows?
I think it's too many bad drugs.
Something. In Arizona, if you are found stealing soap, you must wash yourself until the bar of soap has been completely used up.
Can you imagine how pruny your skin would be at that point? And dry? Pruny and dry. Just call me prune dry.
Well, here's a town Sam Elliott's not going to be in. In Eureka, Nevada, if you have a mustache, it's illegal for you to kiss a woman. And actually, it says mustaches, unless there's an S at the end of mustache. I thought it was M-U-T-S-C-H-E.
What the hell? I mean, seriously. Seriously.
So that makes it plural.
What the hell?
I think you did this one last week.
What?
For Waynesboro, Virginia, it's against the law for a woman to drive a car in Main Street unless her husband is walking in front of the car waving a red flag. And let's see, we did in Washington, you can be arrested or fined for harassing a Bigfoot. Yeah. What can I say? Those are real laws on the books.
You got anything for Oregon?
Origins. Yeah. And scroll, C, D, F, G. I'm scrolling. I. Hey, there's Kentucky. What's Kentucky's? Every legislator, public officer, and lawyer must take an oath stating that they have not fought a duel with deadly weapons. Okay.
I have one for Oregon that's it's illegal to go hunting in a cemetery.
Talk about cracking a cold one.
Well, Sarah is from Oregon, and so
right. LMN. I'm scrolling. I'm looking, dear. Hang on. MNOOMN. And I'm going down the list. And Ohio, we're getting closer. Oklahoma, Oregon. There you go, Miss Sarah, just for you. Oregon, leaving a container of urine or fecal matter on the side of the road is a Class A misdemeanor. According to the Oregon state law, you can't throw it from your vehicle either. No ones or twos tossed out of your car or left on the side of the road in Oregon.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. It looks like we got about 2-ish minutes left.
Linda wants to know if there's any stupid ones in Maryland.
Maryland. Fortune telling is illegal. Anyone pretending to forecast or foretell the future of any other by cards, palm reading, or any other scheme, a practice, or device can be found guilty of a misdemeanor and fined up to $500 or even serve time in jail, according to Maryland State Legislature.
I'm trying
Anybody
to
else?
find
Hit
mine.
me up. Go ahead.
Let me see what mine has.
Michigan, a statute on the books since 1931, makes adultery a felony. Camel toe, good thing you ain't in Michigan.
Okay, another one that they have in Maryland. This is in Baltimore. Apparently, sleeveless shirts are banned in public parks.
Uh-oh.
I guess that's just in case they didn't shave.
Well, and I mean, it's not just us that have stupid laws. Let's see. In Dubai, during the period of Ramadan, you are forbidden from eating during the day, and and if ignored, you can lead you to getting a warning and then to jail.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of laws in Dubai. I mean, when my son was there, it's like, there was a lot of things they couldn't do. Can't even hold hands in public. It's crazy.
Huh. In Israel, if you have been maintaining an illegal radio station for 5 or more years, the station becomes legal.
Huh.
Also in Israel, pork isn't a kosher. Raising of a pig on Israeli soil will result in the murder of said pig.
Huh. Interesting. So, how
about Japan? Women are legally obligated to wear bras in buildings with air conditioning.
Wait a minute, what? It's illegal to wear a bra?
No. In Japan, women are legally obligated, so you have to wear a bra in buildings with air conditioning.
I got it. Okay, so we got any space news? We got any meteorites or anything coming? Because we are down to the buckle.
Yeah, it would be nice to get hit, wouldn't it? Let's see, meteorites.
Or aliens come get us.
The one going off in the sky. They found a planet, LHS 3844b, I guess it's its boob size, is a planet that is similar to ours, and it also has tectonic features, or they've ascertained that it has plate tectonics, which is what moves our crust around from heating up of the magma. There's a short little video of, I don't know, a minute and a half. If you wanted to play that or not, you don't have to. Or we could do the
this comet
lighting up the night sky.
Are you talking about the comet?
We can. The comet lit up the night sky.
Yeah. Okay, hang
Alberta,
on. I got it open. I just hang on. I gotta share my screen here.
Oh, bye. The fireball that lit on sky across the prairies on Monday morning was a small piece of comet that burned up in the atmosphere. Researchers at the University of Alberta say, using 2 observation sites, we were able to calculate both its trajectory and velocity, which tell us about the origin of the meteor and reveal what the piece of comet, said Patrick Hill. Is a postdoctoral fellow at the Department of Earth and Atmospheric Sciences.
So this is up where Mike's at.
Yeah, up in that part of the world, Alberta. The 51st state. That's right.
That is crazy how it lit up the sky like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, This chunk was largely made up of dust and ice, burning up immediately without leaving anything to find on the ground. But it did make a spectacular flash. The flash captured by dozens of doorbell cameras and dash cams occurred at 6:23 a.m. Local time, as the debris streaked through the sky at 120 kilometers north of Edmonton.
That is crazy.
Roll that beautiful beam footage. I think it's only like 40 seconds of it, but it's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Isn't that bright?
Yeah, it lights up the whole sky. It's like a explosion without the explosion. I mean,
it did go kaboomy.
Right?
I mean,
you don't hear it.
Small piece.
It's boom. Wow.
That was just a little tiny piece. Look how bright that one was. Kawema.
That is just crazy.
And that was humping, moving quick, right?
I never see anything like that when, you know.
You have to actually get up off your couch and go outside from time to time?
I'm not up that early, unlike somebody I know.
Oh, true. True. Yeah.
You're the only person I know that just gets up that early when he doesn't have to. I mean,
I do wake up early.
So I was awake at 5 o'clock this morning because I couldn't sleep, but, just to get up because, hey, let's just get up. So, y'all, we may have to do a part 3. This I didn't realize there were so many stupid laws out there, but this has been kind of interesting.
Oh, God, and we didn't even get to the ones in Texas.
I know. I didn't get to the baby names. There's a lot we didn't get to. So, expect a part 3. Y'all share. Tell everybody to watch. You can listen to us up here on any of those up at the top. We'll see y'all next time.